Today we're doing a restorative yoga class for beginners. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. This is real yoga for real people. We're all about connection. Connection to a teacher and teachings that allow you to connect to your true self and to a community of people that are dedicated to a genuine path of spiritual transformation. If you're new here, I put out a brand new yoga class every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single one of my yoga classes. And if you like today's class, press that like button and let me know what you like about it in the comments so I can continue to make more content that you enjoy. And this is a brand new series. We're going to do a series of restorative yoga classes. So be sure to subscribe so you make sure you get all the restorative yoga classes as well. Today is a beautiful sunny day here in Beacon Hill Park in Victoria, BC, and we are just we're all about real yoga for real people, so we've kind of found the best spot that we could so that you can see me. We're filming in the shade, so sunny. We found the only shady tree that we could find, so we're, got these kind of ugly twigs here, and we're just going to do our best. We'll be here for the first pose. And speaking of which, we'll preview the whole class for you if you are a beginner so that you can see and make sure this is something that is doable for you. I have a testimonial for you today from Donna from our membership community about a recent restorative yoga class that I made for them there. She said, "I love this class, just what my body needed and is ready for. I will be coming back to this one, but looking forward to practicing it on a daily basis this week too." And this was in response to one of our 10 membership community classes, restorative yoga classes. So thanks, Donna, for taking the time to leave that comment in our membership community. And to all of you who take the time to leave your comments here on YouTube, on Facebook, on iTunes, on Instagram, and on my website, you can leave me a voicemail. I love hearing from you, and I love hearing your responses. So make sure you stay all the way to the end to find out how to receive my free 7 days to better sleep with yoga. Lots of times we come to restorative yoga class because we're feeling exhausted and overtired. So I thought that would be a great gift for you today, 7 days to better sleep with yoga. Thanks to Squeeze Yoga Clothing for my clothes. Today I'm wearing the Tree of Life hoodie with these dusk long pants. And thanks to Dusky Leaf for my props. I also managed to leave my bolster at home today, which works out well because if you're a beginner, you probably don't have a bolster. So we'll do the restorative class without the bolster. And if you have a bolster, you can do it. You will need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can just use cushions from your couch. If you have any injuries or medical conditions, be sure to get permission from your doctor to participate in this. And you want to ask your doctor what movements or shapes in my body will make my medical condition or injury worse, and what movements or shapes will make my medical condition or injury better. And here's what to expect from the class for today. Tim will give you a preview of all these poses, but we will be doing legs up the wall. We'll be doing reclined bound angle pose. We'll be doing child's pose. We'll be doing a reclined twist with a bolster, and we'll be doing shavasana. Those are the restorative poses that we'll be doing today. If that all looks like poses that feel doable in your body, then be sure to join us for this class today. So we're going to start with legs up the wall. And because I'm outside, I'm going to use this tree with these lovely twigs. And I'm going to show you step by step with modifications if you have back pain, how to do legs up the wall. So you need to put your mat perpendicular to a wall. And if you don't have any wall space, usually you have a door where you could put your mat, or you could use a chair too. You could put your mat perpendicular to a chair to start. So the way that it works is what you want to do is put your butt right up against the wall so that you're as close to the wall as possible with your knees bent. And then you're going to roll down onto your back And your legs will swing around and come up the wall. And if you have any back pain issues, then what you want to do is make sure you do this with your knees bent the whole time. Okay? Otherwise, if it feels okay, you're going to straighten out your legs. And we're going to be here for about 5 minutes. You're going to take your hands on your belly and feel the support of the earth underneath you. Close your eyes for an inward focus. And start to feel your breath in your lower belly. With restorative yoga, we're practicing supported passive yoga postures, so there's nothing you need to do here. In fact, you can just open to and bring awareness to tension in your body, maybe in your shoulders, your upper back, your lower back, through your pelvis. And allow that tension to release down through the back of your torso, through the back of your body, and into the earth. Because we're on the go all the time, we have such high demands on our time for work and even recreation and play, looking after our children and our families, looking after our parents. And then often we're so wound up, we don't get a very restful sleep. We're completely exhausted. We can come to our restorative yoga practice to access our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, and receive this time for rest. Okay, so we're going to slowly make our way out of this pose. You're going to slowly bend your knees and roll to your right side. Pause there for a moment. And then make your way up to seated. And then what we'll do is, if this is a convenient place for you in your home, you can leave your mat here. And if not, you can move your mat back to its regular spot. Okay, our next pose is reclined bound angle pose. And actually, this is a pose that we're going to use a back bolster for because it's a back bend. So if you have a yoga mat, we'll use the yoga mat as the bolster. So all we're going to do is roll up your yoga mat. And if you have a bolster, you can use your bolster instead. So you roll up your yoga mat, and we'll place that lengthwise underneath your spine. And then you're going to sit down in front of it. And you're going to have your cushions or your blocks for underneath your knees. And you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. And then you'll notice that your knees probably don't go all the way to the ground. And the reason why we have the blocks is to support your SI joints here so that these joints aren't being strained. So you're just going to put the blocks underneath your knees. Always in a restorative yoga class, you want to fill the space between yourself and the floor. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your back over the bolster. So we're going to bend our spine in all directions in this class. And this is the back bend version. So each time you breathe out, feel the front of your chest opening and your shoulders getting heavier, either over your makeshift bolster with your yoga mat or your bolster. This is really great for shoulder pain, for neck pain. And let your breath drop into your lower belly. So there's no need to force your breath or make it bigger in any way, but just let your breath be deep into your lower belly. This pose opens up the area of your lower pelvis and groin. It's great for PMS and menopause. Also great for anybody who has any respiratory issues like asthma. Let your body rest into the support of the earth underneath you and the support of your props. So you're slowly going to draw your legs back together. And you're going to roll to your side. Roll off your bolster or your rolled yoga mat. And we're going to come over for child's pose. So if you need to roll out your yoga mat, you can do that. For child's pose, we're going to do a wide leg child's pose. And you're going to open your knees wide. And then you're going to fold forward. If you have a bolster, you can place your bolster here. Or you can place a stack of pillows here as well. That can make it easier, especially if when you come forward, there's a lot of space here between your butt and your ankles. You can do that. If it's uncomfortable for between your ankles and your feet, you can put a rolled blanket there. You can roll up a blanket and fill that space. If it's just too much for your knees, then you can always take this pose lying on your back. You could do it like this here instead. Lie on your back with your knees to your chest. Cross your arms, make a sling for your knees, and hold on here instead. It could be easier, more support would be to do it with your feet against the wall so that you have the extra support of the wall there too. Okay, so there's lots of options for you if knees are an issue there in the child's pose. So choose what option works best for you and your body today, knowing that in a restorative yoga class, we're going to be holding the pose for 5 minutes. And Tim's going to remember to time this for 5 minutes. Okay, so we're coming into the pose. And you want to have as much ease as possible in this pose. This is very different from a hatha yoga class where you're wanting to feel effort in a pose or strain, like muscle tension in a pose. In this kind of class, you want to feel completely supported in the pose. So you're going to feel supported by the earth underneath you. And here you're going to breathe into your low back. So feel breath movement in your low back here. In a restorative yoga pose, you're going to let go completely, surrender completely into the pose. This pose is great for back pain. So you're going to slowly make your way out of this pose. And we're going to come into our twist. I'm going to do a front lying twist. And the way it works is you're going to start on all fours. Walk your knees to the right of your mat. You're going to lower your hips down, so the left side of your hips are on the ground, so is the left side of your leg. And then you're going to lower your torso down onto the ground, and your arms are going to go out to the side. And your head's going to face your right hand. So feel the support of the earth underneath you. Let your body really settle and rest into the earth. Notice how all the poses here really use the support of the earth underneath you. This pose is great for any back pain. Okay, so start to gather yourself up very slowly, moving slowly between the sides, the postures. You're going to come back onto all fours. Let's just do exhale, round up through your back here. Inhale, arch through your back here. And then you're going to walk your knees over to the left side of your mat. Lower your right hips down onto the mat. And then you're going to lower your torso down onto the mat. Take your arms out to the side so that you're making a T shape with your arms that are shoulder height. And you're going to turn your head so it's facing towards your left fingertips now. So you're in the twist, the front facing twist on the other side. And you're just going to relax, hang out, and let go here on this side now. Okay, so we're going to slowly come out of this pose. Remembering you've been in this pose for a long time, so take your time coming out of it. And you're actually just going to roll over onto your back for Shavasana, the final resting pose. If you have a bolster, you can put it underneath your knees. If you have any low back issues, you want to keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Just take your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees fall towards each other. And maybe even just take your hands and rest them on your belly here. For Shavasana, the final resting pose. This is the pose where you can integrate and receive all the postures that we've just done and allow your body to completely rest and restore. Let go of any remaining tension into the earth. So stay resting here in Shavasana. I'm going to sit up and read you a poem for your final moments in Shavasana. The poem is called Your Body by Kay Blah. Your body is a gracious land. Show it mercy always. Collect yourself into your hands and give yourself away like a gift. Slowly to the wind, she loves you. Call that story being free. So you're going to slowly deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a stretch out. And then with your knees bent, roll to your side. Pause there for a moment. And slowly make your way up to seated. So thank you so much for joining us for this beginner restorative yoga class. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with somebody who you would think would enjoy a restorative yoga class. And let me know in the comments which was your favorite restorative yoga class, restorative yoga pose from this class, especially if you're a beginner, if you're new to this. And also which restorative yoga pose was most challenging to you as a beginner and why. I want to thank you for your donations. Thank you, Leah from New York, Nikki from West Virginia, Paige from Italy. Paige also donates a lot of her time in our membership community, so thank you, Paige, for that as well. And Carla, who's also a member from Belgium. If you'd like to make a donation, I think there's a link somewhere on this screen for you to do so. And you can also donate of your time by leaving your comments. If you benefited from this class, then we also have 30 days of beginners classes, a 31-day beginner challenge. If you go to my website, melissawest.com, and click on the triangle, then you can join that. We'll send that right to your inbox. And at the beginning of this class, I told you I would tell you where to go to get 7 days to better sleep with yoga. So if you just click on the show notes for this class, melissawest.com/401. It's also the direct link underneath in the show notes. If you just click below the YouTube link here, then there'll be a box there. You put your email in that, and we'll send those to you one class each day for the next 7 days so you get better sleep. Because a lot of times we do restorative yoga classes because we're feeling exhausted. So I thought that would be a good gift to send to you for this. And if you are looking for more, we have 10 exclusive restorative yoga classes in our membership community. I'm also always adding more classes there. We have restorative for anxiety, restorative for digestion, one for spring, that's a 2-hour class, restorative yoga for menstruation, for your adrenal glands, for adrenal exhaustion, a restorative series for winter, for illness, and back pain, and they range from 18 minutes to 2 hours, those classes. So we'd love to welcome you into our membership community where we keep our very best value-added content, and also we provide a lot of extra support for daily yoga practice in that community setting. So I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as supported as the trees in our forest, and may you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com. and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.